As you most likely know, Final Cut has a noise reduction feature built in called Noise Removal. Now this is fine for a quick fix, but what will happen is if you're using a voiceover, you'll find that the noise removal in Final Cut will tend to either give a Donald Duck sort of sound, or it will not remove enough of an excessive background audio. Sometimes there's so much noise that you either have to do a reshoot or you need to spend some extra time in post. And I'll show you how to remove that background noise without affecting your audio using a free application called Audacity. Hello, I'm Bruce McBride, and my goal is to improve your knowledge and to speed up your workflow in Final Cut. If you haven't done so already, please like, subscribe, and press the bell. Audacity is a must-have for all Final Cut editors. It's a free download, and I've put a link in the description below, and it will ensure we have that nice clean track that we're looking for in our backgrounds when we're doing voiceovers. So we need to export out of Final Cut a WAV file and import that into Audacity. I've got a noisy track here. We need to export that out of Final Cut as a WAV file and then import it into Audacity, and then we can bring it back into Final Cut and replace the Final Cut audio.
He truly works to produce the best possible outcome for you. I've got to admit, he does his homework. He makes sure he provides me with regular updates.
But first of all, let's look at Final Cut's way of removing this audio. So what we need to do is we need to select the track, and if we come over to the audio tab in the inspector, and if you can't see the noise removal, you will go next to audio enhancements, and you can see you can show there, and there is the noise removal. And what you'll find is that Final Cut will bring that in at 50%. But what I suggest is that you use something a little lower than that, because 50% will tend to give a little bit of that Donald Duck sort of sound. Let's just play it now.
It truly works to produce the best possible outcome.
So you've got a little bit of a hollow sound there. And if we go down to something like 40%, and if we now play that again,
outcome for you, I've got to admit, he does his homework.
There's still a lot of noise there. So we could put it into something a bit higher. Let's go up around 60. Well, let's really go right up. Let's go around 70% and try that.
For you, I've got to admit, he does his homework.
Now it's taking a lot of the noise out.
He provides me.
What you'll find though is that at the beginning of the clip, because Final Cut has to find that noise first, it searches it out, and the first lot of noise that it finds, it then will extract that sort of frequency from the rest of the track. But what it doesn't do is that it doesn't remove that original frequency. So if we have a listen here,
he truly works.
You can hear
he truly works.
That noise at the beginning there. The other thing you'll find is that even though we've got it up really high and we are removing the noise, where the audio for the voiceover and the audio for the background get close together, you will still hear some of that background noise.
He makes sure
So if we just look here, you can hear it there, where you can't hear it here until the audio for the voiceover comes in. But what we can do in Audacity is that we can extract the actual frequency of what that noise is. Audacity will take a noise print of the noise we want to remove, and then it will remove it from the whole clip. And that, in that case, of course, it will also remove it from this area at the front here that we haven't been able to remove with Final Cut. But before we go to Audacity, I'm going to try and remove some of the pauses and the ums and ahs that are in this original footage in Final Cut. Now, this is a method of removing those without having to cut the clip and in that case you don't get that jump cut. So let's go to that original clip now. Now, one of the things you'll notice in this clip, other than the background noise, is there are a couple of stutters. Now, I put markers in to where those stutters are, and I'm going to show you how we will remove those stutters. First of all, I'm going to zoom into the locations where they are and listen.
He makes sure.
So there is an extended make sure in this marker here. What we're going to do is select the R key, and I'm going to select or put a range over that particular part there and come up to the speed controls, and we're going to speed that up by 400 or 4 times the speed. So let's now listen to that and see how that plays through.
He does his homework. He makes sure.
It's too much. We need to slow that down a little bit. So let's slow it down to twice or 2 times.
His homework. He makes sure.
So he makes sure is much clearer now than it was before. Now the other one here is a stutter.
He provides me.
So provide. So what we'll do is we'll take out these 2 items here. So we'll just simply cut it here and cut it there. And now when we look,
he provides me with.
There's a slight jump there. So what we might try and use is the built-in Apple transition, which is under the dissolve index, and it's called flow. Now flow is best used as its default settings. So let's just try that now and see how that looks.
He makes sure. He provides me with.
So there's virtually nothing there. There's a slight fuzziness as you go through. If I play it through frame by frame, you can't see the jump cut there. Next, coming up to this one here.
He provides me with regular.
There's a pause at that location between there and there. And so we'll use the range tool again, and we will cut out that pause, and we'll try that at 4 times.
Provides me with regular update.
That's pretty clean now. So that solved the initial issue of the ums and the ahs. What we're going to do now is to export the audio of this clip and take it into Audacity and then remove that background sound. So we'll come up to the share menu and we'll select wave, send that off to Audacity now. Once we've launched Audacity, then we can take the file we've just saved and drag it on top of the interface. It's going to create a copy, as it says here. And now, as we play through that,
he truly works to produce the best possible.
You can hear that audio in the background. So what we're going to do is to look for the loudest part of that audio. And it's in these portions here where that background sound is. And this certainly seems to be the loudest point here. So we're going to go up to the effects menu and we're going to select noise reduction and simply get a noise profile. Then we'll select the whole clip. That's Command A to select all, and come back to the effects and select the noise reduction again. And this time we'll be in step 2 and we'll look at how to reduce that noise. Now it's set on 18 at the moment, which is normally quite high, so I'm going to bring that down to 10, and then we'll do a preview and see if we can hear that noise background still.
He truly works to produce the best possible outcome for you.
There's still a little bit there, so I'm going to take that up to, say, 14, and let's hear it now.
He truly works to produce the best possible outcome for you. I've got to admit, he does his homework.
I could barely hear the background noise there, so now let's take this back to Final Cut. We'll export it as a WAV file again that retains the high quality. And this time we'll call it Audacity Fixed, so that we know it's a different file from the original one, which was just Audacity. And now we'll go back to Final Cut Pro, And what we're going to do is import that file. So we'll go to the Audacity fixed and we'll drag it into Final Cut. And then we're going to reduce the audio from the original clip, and then going to audio here, coming up to Audacity fixed, and drag that in and drag it so that it shows exactly at the beginning of the clip and exactly at the end. And so now it will be in sync. Now let's have a listen now.
He truly works to produce the best possible outcome for you. I've got to admit, he does his homework. He makes sure he provides me with regular updates.
That's got rid of the noise and those little stutters as well.